Have you ever stopped to consider how wealth inequality affects the world we live in? It's a hefty topic, no doubt, but one that is crucial to understanding the economic landscape of our society. Let's take a moment to delve deeper into this issue, shall we? Wealth inequality, in its simplest form, speaks to the uneven distribution of assets among residents of a country. It's a phenomenon that's been around for centuries, but recent data from the New York Federal Reserve Bank suggests it's becoming more pronounced. And the pandemic seems to have played a major role in exacerbating this disparity. Curious about the specifics? Well, the data reveals that during the pandemic, white individuals experienced a significant surge in their net worth compared to their Black and Hispanic counterparts. A noteworthy point here, however, is that this wealth gap isn't just a matter of income difference. It largely boils down to investments. Specifically, investments in stocks and mutual funds. White households, it seems, have been more proactive in leveraging these financial tools. This trend of active investing has led to an increase in their net worth, creating a stark contrast when compared to Black and Hispanic households. These groups, unfortunately, have not seen their financial assets recover to pre-pandemic levels. Additionally, the pandemic's impact on businesses has been uneven. Black-owned businesses in particular were hit disproportionately hard due to their concentration in industries heavily affected by COVID-19. A double whammy, if you will, exacerbating the wealth gap on both the personal and business fronts. But what does this wealth gap mean for the people and businesses most affected? Stay tuned as we explore the implications of this disparity in the next segment. Picture this: a world where the color of your skin could determine your wealth and financial stability. A harsh reality, isn't it? Yet, it's the world many minority households and businesses find themselves in today. And the recent pandemic has only served to widen this chasm of wealth inequality. Let's take a moment to understand the impact. For Black and Hispanic households, the real value of their financial assets has not bounced back to pre-pandemic levels. This isn't just about numbers on a balance sheet. It's about the ability to put food on the table, pay for education, afford health care, or even just keep a roof over their heads. This is a stark contrast to the financial resilience displayed by white households, who have seen their net worth grow, thanks in part to higher rates of investment in stocks and mutual funds. The story is equally disheartening when we look at businesses. Black-owned businesses in particular have been disproportionately affected by the pandemic. Why? Well, many of these businesses operate in industries that were heavily impacted by COVID-19, such as retail and hospitality. These sectors faced some of the most severe restrictions and suffered from decreased consumer spending. As a result, many Black-owned businesses were left struggling to survive, let alone thrive. This disparity in wealth and financial stability is not just an economic issue, it's a social one. It's a matter of fairness, of opportunity, of justice. It's about ensuring that every individual, every family, every business has a fair shot at success, no matter their race or ethnicity. The wealth gap is not just a number, it's a reality for millions of households and businesses. So, where do we go from here? The answer lies in the words of Treasury Deputy Secretary Wally Adeyemo. He acknowledges the urgent need for policy interventions to address the wealth gap. But why is this so important? It's not just about fairness or a moral obligation, although those are certainly key factors. It's also about the overall health of our economy and society. You see, when wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few, it stifles economic growth. It leads to less consumer spending, less entrepreneurship, and less innovation. Furthermore, it fosters social unrest and undermines the very fabric of our society. But let's bring it down to a more personal level. Think about the dreams and aspirations of individuals who are held back simply because of their racial or ethnic background. Think about the entrepreneurs who could create groundbreaking businesses if only they had access to resources. This is why the need for action is so pressing. We need policies that promote wealth equality, that make it possible for everyone to have a fair shot at success. As we move forward, it's essential to remember that wealth inequality is not just a statistic. It's a stark reality that requires action. The question is, are we ready to take it? If we want to address wealth inequality, we need to start by examining potential policy solutions. Some economists propose a wealth tax, where the ultra-rich pay a percentage of their net worth each year. Others suggest reforming the tax code to close loopholes that disproportionately benefit the wealthy. And then there's the idea of universal basic income, providing a guaranteed income floor for all citizens. Each of these proposals has its merits and drawbacks, but they all share a common goal: to redistribute wealth and create a more equitable society. But policy changes alone won't solve the problem. We also need to foster a culture that values diversity, inclusivity, and equal opportunity. We need to invest in education, in entrepreneurship, and in our communities. We need to ensure that every individual, regardless of their background, has the tools and opportunities they need to succeed. This is a monumental task, and it won't be easy. But if we want to create a society where everyone has a fair shot at success, it's a task we must undertake. As we wrap up, remember that wealth inequality is not just a statistic. It's a reality that affects us all, and it's a problem we can solve. If you found this video informative, please like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into important topics.